Congratulations, guys. First, Jeremy, looked like you jam a finger, hurt a finger early. You went out. What happened with that?
Just dove on the floor for a loose ball. Hand just gave out, and I don't know. It just went numb. It went numb, started tingling, and saw Turbo. He fixed me up and got back out there.
It seemed to bother you. You were shooting it pretty well, especially late. Those 2 threes really were critical. How'd you feel out there today?
I felt great. My teammates were finding me, and coach is always saying, on balance, let it go. And I did that.
Just how big were those threes in your mind, late in the second half? I mean, they were making their run, they were pushing, but it seemed like those threes really just kind of took a lot of steam out of their sails.
Yeah. I mean, it's always fun playing on the road, just whenever it gets loud and stuff, being able to quiet the crowd. I mean, it's a great feeling, and just thank my teammates. They were finding me.
Yeah, he was making big ones.
It'd take a little bit for your hand to kind of get back into it when you got back in the game there.
Yeah, it took me a second. It definitely did. I think I missed like the next 2, something like that. But it ended up being fine.
Justin, for you, a lot of big plays. I think a career high in assists as well. Was it everything flowing today? You talk about it because you seem to. Every time a big play other than Jeremy, so you were making. It seemed like you were making them.
Yeah, I mean, that's a team who helps a lot. So whenever his man or his man would step up, whether it's strong side, whether it's big man stepping up, I mean, they were pretty much wide open for him, and I just had to make those plays.
Big was he, Al? I mean, I think he assisted you on a few dunks too. Just how big was that? Obviously, the points are always big, but the assists and the other things that he was doing out there.
Definitely does it all type of guy. And he was telling me, hey, when I drive baseline, I'm gonna look for you right along the baseline, get you some dunks. And I was like, hey, if you give it to me, I'm right there. I'm gonna finish it for you. Get him the career high assists.
Shout out.
I think after the last game, Coach talked about wanting you to play a little bit more aggressively. It seemed like you did that today. Did he, say anything to you after the last game, or was it just?
Not really. He was just more so telling me to play how I did in the second half of San Diego State, aggressively, try to get more offensive boards, defensively, continue to do what I did. But selfishly, me coming back to my hometown, I tried to definitely do a little something. These guys were definitely trying to get me the ball, and I appreciate them for it.
How big was the 2 guys? It seemed like almost very similar to the first Air Force game where you jumped out to a big lead. I think it got to 22 in the second half. Then they made a run. You never lost the lead. Did it kind of feel similar to the first game? And what was the difference? If not, what was the difference for you guys in the second?
I mean, we kind of expect that because this is conference. Every team is good, every team's gonna go on their run. So it was just mainly just holding their run and just continue to do what we do, share the ball, defend, and we close it out.
Do you think you did a good job of that in the second half? I mean, all right, they made a run, but did you still feel, you got off to a great start in the second half, but did you still feel like you guys played pretty well in the second half to where I think one of you guys were telling me you'd play to the score other than playing the way, you needed to play. Did you feel like you played pretty well in the second half?
I think we played pretty well, and we were able to buckle down on a little bit of the turnovers issues. We still got to work on that, of course, but I think overall we were just more prepared and actually sat down. And every time we came to a timeout, our focus was just better, and I think we finished it out a lot better. Normally, it would be a lot closer than that. We'd have to win by 2 or 3 points, but this time we were able to get a solid win.
A whole lot of blocks today. I think you guys tied a season high, and you had 4 Al. Was it just, did you guys feel like maybe that athleticism was going to come into play today a little bit?
I don't know really. These guys, that's what I do. I'm known as a rim protector. Whenever their guy might get beat or they have a lack of.
Alan for president.
I'm kind of just expected to be there and step up, be able to get a block or charge or do something. And I definitely take pride in that. So it's something we do well as a team.
Where do you think that hot shooting came from early? You couldn't miss that first half there.
I mean, we can shoot. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, just confidence, man. That's
all it is.
Really it is.
This, the games where they weren't falling. Is this the team you felt like you were the whole time? It's just a matter of it finally coming around.
Yeah,
I think we always have it in us. We're always shooting open and unbalanced shots, like we said. But at the end of the day, we all got to get it on the defensive end. No matter if our shots are falling or not falling, we can't let our offense predicate our defense. And tonight, I think we did better of not doing that.